We are kicking off the new year, the first trading day of 2024 with a bang. AMC stock is up 1.5% today. There is actually some big breaking news in regards to AMC specifically that you need to know. And there is some things happening in the broader markets that I think you should also know. We will cover all of this here in this video. So let's get into it. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you find value out of this video. So first and foremost, we're going to jump into what's going on briefly here in the broader markets because today is a very eventful day. So indexes, pretty deep red territory. The NASDAQ is down 1.5% today. The Russell down about a quarter. The S&P is down 0.5%, but the NASDAQ is getting just smoked on today. Why is this? Well, mainly it's this. Apple shares slipped nearly 3% after Barclays downgrade. They say Apple shares fall nearly 3% after Barclays downgraded the stock and trimmed its price target, saying weakening iPhone 15 sales were likely a warning sign for iPhone 16 sales and broader hardware projections. Analyst Tim Long also expects weakness in the services business, citing regulatory scrutiny as one factor. iPhone sales have been worrying some analysts and investors at least since October. So this is, not a great thing. It's really putting a lot of pressure on other big tech names as well. If we kind of take a look at the roster and how they're doing today, AMD is down almost 6%. Let's see, Nvidia is down 3%. Google, McDougal down 1%. Microsoft down over 1.5% today. Apple down almost 4%. So you're definitely seeing this, contagion from this downgrade. This downgrade is causing other stocks to sell off in sympathy to Apple, and rightfully so. Apple shouldn't be trading at $200 like it just recently was, in my personal opinion. They've had 4 quarters of declining growth, and it's probably not getting better anytime soon. But the fact that you did get this downgrade, it's one of those moments where a lot of Wall Street is like, whoa, what just happened to big tech? Now you are seeing other stocks performing okay today. You are seeing PayPal up about 1%, AMC up 1.5%. A lot of other stocks, Crocs is in the green today. Healthcare is really on fire today. Something like a CRISPR that I own is up 8-9%. Pfizer, Moderna, AbbVie, Johnson & Johnson, they're all doing very well. So definitely a clear rotation from tech into healthcare, and somewhat a rotation from big tech into small and mid-cap stocks. I'm hoping that we just see a rotation from capital on the sidelines into small and mid-cap stocks. You don't necessarily want to see big tech get destroyed, but that's kind of what it looks like is happening here today. That's a pretty big gap down move on Apple, and there could be some weakness here until these big tech names do ultimately report earnings. You also have Maersk that halts Red Sea shipping until further notice after Houthi militant attack, and you now have a Iranian warship in the Red Sea. So that's a little bit of fear out there. You also had that earthquake in those multiple earthquakes in Japan, and in the past when that has happened, it's not too unusual to see a sell-off in stocks because really currencies, right? The Japanese yen's considered a safe haven currency. When a lot of damage is done over there, just economically speaking, money can move around in very weird ways, potentially buy up the dollar. That's not great for our markets over here. So definitely some things going on out there, but the biggest thing of all is this Apple downgrade that is really putting the pressure on our markets today. Now, let's get into this breaking news here with AMC stock on the day today. And boy, this is going to sound like bad news, but it's not. B. Riley lowers AMC Entertainment Holdings price target to $12 from $15. Notes near-term domestic industry box office concerns, keeps a neutral rating. Now, why is this good news? Why is this good news? That's the question. Well, it's simple. Because AMC stock is at $6 per share. If B. Riley Securities still has confidence saying AMC stock can hit $12 per share in 12 months in the next year, that's still a very bullish price target on AMC, right? This would be much different if B. Riley Securities came out and said, yeah, we'll slap a $7 price target on AMC. That's what they could have done. But in fact, they did not. So this is good news for that reason. And that is why AMC stock is up almost 2% here on the day today. So this is actually really good news for AMC stock investors. Believe that or not, anytime you get a downgrade, it's typically not the greatest news. But I mean, when you're getting a price target decrease, that's still 100% of an upside move from here. I mean, that's probably going to be a positive thing. Now, and expect to see more price targets and downgrades start to happen in the broader markets as we do kind of chug along here to start 2024. Now, as far as the option chain today, volume for this Friday's expiration of January 5th, you are looking at 68.3% call volume, 31.7% put volume. And from hedge funds and institutions, you have seen 4 orders totaling $267.7 thousand with a positive order value of 76%. So this is actually very bullish. This is over half of last week's total of $579,000. Last week's positive order value was 83% as well from hedge funds and institutions. So it looks like they're pretty dang bullish here on AMC stock today. And that's, great news. We want to see hedge funds and institutions bullish. We want to see retail investors bullish as well. If we can, remain bullish on AMC, if hedge funds and institutions can remain bullish on AMC as we do start to get rates that go lower, as long as we don't get dilution, that basically guarantees that we are going to go higher. Now, if we start to get a bunch of dilution, well, obviously that changes things. We definitely want to be watching for that. But, that's just not, something I'm expecting at this point. Given AMC stock is $6 per share, I don't think Adam Aron can dilute shareholders again, or at least I don't think he thinks he can, because if you dilute shareholders again, I mean, the stock went from $11.50 down to $6. It's going to go from $6 to $3, and it's going to be way, way harder to get AMC stock up from $3 than from $6. And the last thing you want to do is literally guarantee your company is going to go bankrupt because you cannot issue shares and raise capital. So I do think some form of commitment to not dilute shareholders is coming over the near term. And I think that's another reason why people are going to get very bullish on AMC stock and probably not too long of a time frame. We'll obviously have to wait and see. There is no guarantees there, but that is just my expectation. So let me know what you guys think about that down below in the comment section. But first and foremost, let's look over this data. Again, keep in mind, I don't think these numbers are true at all. If you do, let me know down below in the comment section. I don't want to, burst your bubble or anything, but I think AMC's numbers are a lot better than what we are currently seeing. But again, I don't want to burst your bubble. So let me know what you think down below in the comment section. So first things first, if you're looking at short interest off your float at 8.28%, I think that's BS. I think the shorts are up to their necks in short positions. I think the actual, short interest off your float is likely in the neighborhood of 200 to 300%. That's just my opinion. You can obviously come to your own opinions as well, but that is mine. I have no quantifiable way to actually prove that. I have no way to, prove that literally at all, but that's just my personal opinions based on what I've seen tracking AMC every single day for a long time now. So let me know what you think down below in the comment section. Now, there is $125.35 million worth of short positions on AMC. Again, times this by 20, right? That'd be 160% short interest. 120 times 125 million. My personal opinion, that could be almost $3 billion that is short in AMC. That's just my personal opinion, though. Days to cover, 1.01, 20.48 million shares that are currently sold short, 16.93 million shares that are currently out on loan, and you do have 1.19% cost to borrow fees for AMC, broadly speaking, over the last 3 months. Utilization of 26%. And a short score of 51.33 out of 100. If you look at the cost to borrow max, that is sitting at about 3%. Cost to borrow average, 0.89%. Cost to borrow minimum, 0.82%. But again, I don't think any of these numbers are truly correct when all things are said and done. If you look at the Stocko tracker data as well, let's see. Go ahead and give this page a bit of a refresher. You do have about 9,300 calls currently in the money, 47,000 calls out the money. In the money puts at 11,567, out the money puts at 19,568. So not a crazy amount of option activity for this week. The next big option expiration is going to be January 19th. But still a decent amount of option activity nonetheless for this week. And it's possible that we do see more options start to get bought for AMC as well. And that's obviously would be a good thing for AMC stock. Now, if we take a look at what markets are currently pricing in for Fed policy today, for the first day of 2024, for the first trading day of 2024, you're back to pricing in 6 rate cuts instead of 7 rate cuts. So that's interesting. 40.3% odds of 6 rate cuts, 31.5% odds of 7 rate cuts. So giving a little bit of that optimistic forecast of rate cuts back. But, one of those situations that can change on a drop of a dime on any data report that comes out. And there will be quite a bit of data that does come out this week. So definitely want to be watching for that to see, where's the data looking like, or what's the data looking like? What direction are we ultimately going in for the economy? I think that's the question a lot of people want answered. Are we heading into a recession? Are we not? That's, that's up for debate. Let me know if you think we're heading into a recession down below in the comment section. I personally just don't see it. I personally don't think so. But there is always that, possibility that we do. But let me know down below in the comment section what your opinion is. 10-year Treasury yields up about 9.2 basis points, which that's a jump, but you were just at 5% on your 10-year Treasury, so there's still a long way to go before I think Treasuries start to negatively impact our markets yet again. And on another note, you are seeing Tesla reported their delivery numbers today. 485,000, a new record. They did meet their 1.8 million full year guidance, but it was pretty low compared to what it could have been, in my personal opinion. Now, Rivian, their stock falls 10% on declining fourth quarter EV deliveries. So their deliveries were down 10.2% from the third quarter of 2023, but in line with Wall Street's expectations. I think this is not a good sign for the U.S. because Tesla almost missed because of the U.S. China came in very strong. Everywhere else came in very strong. But the U.S. deliveries were just not as good as they could have been. So that's something we definitely want to be watching as well. Kind of not a great sign for the economy, if you will. So there is that. If we look at AMC stock here on the chart today, AMC stock is at $6.22 per share. We're still not out of the woods yet. $5.93 is the multi-year low. We hit that on December 21st, and we're only at $6.22. We want to see the stock really make a break to the upside. I think this week could be a big week as long as nothing, kind of breaks out there. We'll obviously have to wait and see. Anything can happen. There's a lot of people that are talking, Black Swan and all this right now. So, we'll just have to see what ultimately does happen. But I do think AMC stock is likely going higher from here, minus any dilution that we do get. If we get dilution from here, obviously AMC stock probably not going to go higher from here. But let me know what you think about all of this information down below in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.